Welcome, business owners in North Texas, to Sell Your Company for Maximum Value. I'm Michael D. Rubin, the CEO and founder of MDR Associates. And in the studio today, we have our VP of Exit Strategies. He was here a few weeks ago with us, Todd Hutchinson. Welcome, Todd.
Happy Sunday morning, everybody.
Yeah. It's the Lord's Day on Sunday, and we're talking about buying and selling companies. Specifically, we represent companies here in the great state of Texas. We've been doing it 16 years, 230 closings, and man, what a crazy political environment we're in right now, huh?
It's getting real now.
It's getting real. It's getting real. Sides are sides.
We're choosing sides.
Nations divided. We're a conservative Christian firm, so you can guess what side we're on, but we won't go much deeper than that. But I was just watching the start of the Democratic National Convention. Of course, the Republican convention was about a few weeks ago, Todd, and so here we are in that. This is our last show of 2024.
I know. It's bittersweet.
God, we started March 10th of this year, and this is our 25th show. All 24 episodes are on our website at sellmycompanynow.com. That's www.sellmycompanynow.com. We started the show because I wrote a book last summer called Sell Your Company for Maximum Value. We did 9 podcasts so far over with PR News, Jeff Crilly. I want to give a shout-out to him. What a great job he's done with our show, our podcast. That's also on our website at sellmycompanynow.com. But, folks, we retire Texas business owners. That's what we do. We've been doing it 16 years, and this is our last show to cover the book. So right out of the gate, if you'd like a copy of the book right now of Sell Your Company for Maximum Value, teaches you how to sell your company, not for minimum value, but for
maximum value.
Maximum value. All the steps involved. We have a 10-step unique process. It's all in the book. If you'd like that book, I'm going to give you my private cell phone. Not so private on the radio now, Hutch, but oh, by the way, Todd Hutchinson's nickname is Hutch. So if you hear me call him Hutch, that's because I've known you how long?
Over 20 years.
20 years I've known Hutch. All right, back to giving the book away. The first 3 callers that call or text me, tell me you want the free book. I'd love to do a complimentary opinion of value as well, and it's in a quick intro call tomorrow. I make those calls. Here's my phone number, 469-995-6060. 469-995-6060. Give me a call. Let me know you want a signed copy of my book, Sell Your Company for Maximum Value. Give me your business type, your name. I'll get back to you tomorrow from 10 to 12. All right, what are we going to talk about today, Hutch? What's the subject?
Well, like you said, this is our last episode, bittersweet. So if you're just turning into us this week, we have 24 other episodes. Please go to our website and tune into all those other episodes. But one of the reasons we started this show is because we're in this thing called the Silver Tsunami, a great time for business owners to sell their company and retire. Can you give them some stats on what the Silver Tsunami is, Michael?
Yeah, it's either called the Silver Tsunami or the Gray Wave. It's about the baby boomers. If you're a baby boomer, listen up. You are one of 77 million people in the United States. That's right, 77 million baby boomers in the United States. And you guys own 40% of all small businesses. Think about that. 40% of all small businesses are owned by you guys, the hardworking generation called the baby boomers. Started the company in the 70s, 80s, 90s, maybe 2000. That's who we're talking to. If that's you, listen up the next hour. We're going to really, really have some powerful information because guess how much company value, Hutch, that those 77 million baby boomers that own 40% of all business in the U.S. represent?
I bet it's a lot.
It's 10, not million, not billion, $10 trillion of company value is going to transact in the next 10 to 15 years. It never happened before, and it's never going to happen again. They call it the Silver Tsunami or the Gray Wave. Absolutely astronomical numbers of transfer of wealth. And so the point is business owners need to be ready. They need to know one of the premier firms. We are, I believe, the premier firm in the state of Texas. We've done 230 closed transactions. If anybody knows how hard these deals are to get done, Todd, you would. You've been here a year and a half. You've sat in how many discovery meetings?
Over 100 easily.
And they're very hard to get these done. It's not like selling a house, is it?
No, you just don't put it up and you get 27 people that want it. And this is a process. In fact, we have a 10-step process that we take business owners through to get this sold. And it could take anywhere from 3 to 9 to 12 months, depending on
Yeah, I'd say 2 to 12 months, depending on the size, right? The smaller one, I mean, look, we've listed 4 companies off the radio since we started. We're meeting with 2 more, so I assume we're going to have 5 or 6 clients. We've met with over 20 to pick these 6. They have to pick us, and we have to pick them. We're going to come back to that later in the show. But here's the point. We're only looking for 3 to 5 more businesses to list by the end of the year because we max out. We're a founder-led transaction firm, high boutique M&A firm. What does that mean? That means you're not going to get thrown down to a younger associate. I myself, the CEO and founder, the one that's done the majority of all 230 transactions, is going to be the lead deal maker on your deal, maximizing the sale of your business and doing it confidentially.
Absolutely. It's just like an athlete. If you are an athlete and want the best contract, you're not going to go to an agent that just came out of college. You want an agent who's had years and years of experience negotiating deals, and that's, Michael, that's why you lead every transaction in this firm.
Yeah, and I've got a team around me like Todd and Jenny Swain, who's been on the radio with me most of the weeks here for 2024. Jenny, if you're listening, we sure appreciate you as our chief financial officer, looking through financials, finding those rare add backs. Look, if your financials aren't clean, can we still sell a business?
Absolutely.
Jenny can help us clean up she's an expert. She's a forensic accountant. Our CFO will get into your books, find out what's wrong, clean it up. We have financial cleanup because of Jenny. And then once we do, because it takes about how long? Once we sign an engagement or a listing agreement, discovery meeting goes well, they select us, we select them. How long until we're on the market in general?
30, 45 days?
Yeah, 30, 45 days. Why? Because we've got to do one of 3 deliverables. We might do 1, we might do 2, we might do 3. We do a 4K HD video, which is incredible. Tom Luciato, our VP of video production, incredible. Worked for Fox Television 20 years. You'll actually hear his commercials on my show. And, Tom, if you're listening, you're the best, man. I've never seen you bring companies alive like you do at MDR Associates. I mean, the emotion you feel from the business owner, the buyers are responding. I mean, we're actually marketing a commercial HVAC right now, and I got to tell you, I've had many, many, many buyers say, this is the best presentation of a company I've ever seen because of your video and your marketing package.
Absolutely. I think what Tom does is he does excellent work, and it really appeals to the buyer and gives them all the information that they need in 3 minutes to make a determination if they're going forward or not.
All right, let's talk about the 3 different industries MDR Associates has specialized in over the years, and majority of our 230 closings, probably 220, are these 3 different industries. Todd, what are they?
Number 1, manufacturing industry.
So that's making something.
Absolutely.
So if you're a business owner out there, you're making something for the last 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, especially if it's a generational business. Certainly if it's $2 million to $100 million in revenue, or I think our website says 3 to 100, we'll do 1 to $100 million in revenue, but we really specialize in the 2 to 20. The Absolutely. 2 to 20 million in revenue. If you're doing that and you're making something, a widget, think of it could be plastics, it could be electrical component. We're going to cover some that we closed last year, but it could be a rubber manufacturer. We closed in 2010. It could be anything, paper. You're manufacturing a product, a niche manufacturer. That is our number 1 specialty. What's number 2, Todd?
Distribution companies.
So now the widget is you don't make it, but you distribute it all over the world, all over the United States. If that's you're a Texas business owner and you're a distributor, we want to hear from you. If you're a distribution company that started, 30, 40, 50 years ago, and you're a baby boomer looking to slow down and retire, we're going to give you a free copy of the book, and we're going to give you a complimentary call and a discovery meeting if it's worth we like to say if it's worth your time, Todd.
It's worth our time.
Yeah. So it's an hour and a half, and we're going to get to what that looks like here later in the show, describe the discovery meeting like we did last week. And what's the 3rd category, Todd?
3rd category is service companies.
I would say over the last 10 years, this has become our number 1 niche.
Absolutely.
Right? Because cost of goods are really, really low, and the net is really, really high. Because you're not making anything and you're not distributing anything. Your cost of goods is sometimes a little made up meals, entertainment, travel. If made up's kind of a strong word, but
we are not the IRS.
Right, we are not the IRS. We see all types of financials out there. That should make you feel comfortable that we know what you're going to be bringing into us if you're a service company.
Absolutely.
But you've got payroll, you've got rent, you've got insurances, but you don't have that cost of material, is what we're saying.
Yes, you're servicing something.
So we're going to give examples of that right now as well. So if we go to our website, and we go to our website at sellmycompanynow.com. So that's www.sellmycompanynow.com. Also, that's a forwarding domain. You can go to my initials, mdrma.com, mdrma.com. Make sure you're on the right site. Click Close Transactions. The last one's right off the radio. Congratulations to this business owner who called me on the radio, and we sold it and closed it in exactly 45 days. Apple Garage Door, congratulations. On our website, closed July 2024. Next one was a partner buyout. It was a construction company. Yeah, folks, if you need a partner buyout, we're the perfect company for you. Perfect company. Let me give you my cell phone, by the way, one more time before I go further into our closed transactions. If you'd like to contact us for a discovery meeting, the first 3 callers that'll text or call me with your business type, business name, I'm going to give you a signed copy of the book right now. Text me right now or leave me a voicemail at 469-995-6060, 469-995-6060. We're closing a appliance service business in the next 2 weeks, right off the radio. Unbelievable. Congratulations to that business owner. It closes in 2 weeks. Here's one that we closed in May of 24. Landscape company. Probably our 10th or 12th landscape company. I've got a gentleman that has a Highland Park landscape company. We keep missing each other because it's a fairly busy business, Todd.
It's a busy business.
He's fairly busy all the time, so he can't come in, but he wants to come in. But we closed Bloom's Landscaping. Congratulations to the business owner there. And then the first closing of the year, found us on the internet. We spent a lot of money on organic SEO. You put in M&A Advisor, any city in the state of Texas, MDR Associates would be on the first page of Google. And so not in the paid portion, in the organic portion. And that's how Joe Peterson found us. Peterson's Landscaping's been around almost 40 years in Dallas. We sold it in January 24. It was in between $3 and $4 million. And I got to tell you, Joe went into full-time in ministry. And I love that, Todd. Todd, correct me if I'm wrong, but on Sundays, you're a pastor.
I am a pastor, yes.
That's amazing that you're working in M&A. And you know what the difference, and that really is a good point. Our differentiator, I believe, Todd, I say this on almost every show, is our heart.
Yes.
It's our heart for the goals of the business owner, their family, their wives, if they want to travel. I know the appliance service wants to go travel to Italy. Can't wait after closing 2-4 weeks. They've got a trip planned to Italy. Whatever your goals are next is what our goals are. We have no other goals. Those are the 5 deals we've closed this year. We've got 2 other closings coming up, and we just listed a few companies. So we usually do what? 6 to 12 closings a year.
Yes.
High touch boutique M&A firm. We're not going to max out at 50 closings or 100 or 200. We don't have the bandwidth. We're all in on a few deals a year, and that's the point. Is we only have 3 or 5 spots left. If you're serious, I'm just going to call you out as a business owner. If you're serious and you're sick and tired of being sick and tired at your business, and your business is stable or growing slightly, that's when you want to sell, Todd.
Absolutely. Not when you're on the down.
No.
You've had the last 2 or 3 years have been up.
Or steady.
If
you're that business owner, 2 to 20 million in revenue, you'd like to know what you're worth because you don't know if you want to sell.
Till you know what you're worth.
If you want to know what you're worth, hit my direct cell phone, mobile phone right now. Give you a complimentary copy of Sell Your Company for Maximum Value. Free intro call to see if you're a fit, we're a fit for a discovery meeting. We'll go from there. Remember, conversation's free. If that turns your heart, get your phones out, get your pens ready. Here's my cell phone for the 3rd time this segment, 469-995-6060, 469-995-6060. Give me your name, your business type. I'd love to connect with you. I'd love to hear your goals and objectives, see if it's a fit for a discovery meeting, and go from there. Todd, there's about 70 plus closings on my website at sellmycompanynow.com. And I'm going into next year. Last year, we sold a actuarial firm. We sold a electric part manufacturer in Garland, Texas. We sold a $20 million tank company we've talked about often on the radio. It's an incredible deal. Congratulations to Bobby and Vicki Hughes. We sold an insurance agency that does Medicare insurance. We sold a survey company out of Austin, Texas, Inland Geodetics. Boy, that was a fun deal to get done. Again, a few $1 million. Massage Heights, we sold 6 of them last year. 6 of the Massage Heights. I'm sorry, I think 5. We sold Plano, McKinney, Frisco. We sold Flower Mound and Plano. So all 5 of those were sold by us. We sold a flower shop, super high-end flower shop in Tyler, Texas called French Peas. I know she went full-time in the ministry, Todd. Unbelievable. Stacy, congratulations. And it goes on and on. A custom builder, logistics company. So it goes on and on. K&S Heating and Air, and there's about 19 HVAC plumbing and electrical. If you're an HVAC plumbing or electrical company, we're number 1 in the state of Texas, Todd.
They're going off the plate like hotcakes.
Yeah, private equity are gobbling up HVAC plumbing and electrical. If you're HVAC plumbing electrical company, I need to hear from you. We have buyers without even putting it on the internet, Todd. Can you believe that?
A lot of buyers.
Hutch, it's amazing. If you're a business owner driving around and you're one of those types of businesses, manufacturing distribution service, hit me up right now, 469-995-6060, 469-995-6060. We're going to be right back. We're going to take a quick break. Hutch will be back with more of Sell Your Company for Maximum Value. Welcome back to Sell Your Company for Maximum Value. I'm Michael D. Rubin, CEO, the Chief Exit Officer of MDR Associates, in the studio today with Todd Hutchinson, our VP of Exit Strategy.
Go Cowboys.
Go. Oh, I forgot this. Hold on a second.
One more week.
Hold on to your hat. I said Dak's going to have the best season he's ever had this season. You, my friend, 2 or 3 weeks ago when you were on this show, predicted what?
That we will be hoisting the Lombardi Trophy.
He is off the rails, Pat. We just talked about it. Our producer was in the studio going, Mike, sometimes I go off the rails. You're off the rails, my friend.
I'm uncontrollable right now.
Totally uncontrollable. Man, we say that every year, and then we're let down.
But this is the year. This is the year.
Are you sure? How can you be so sure?
Because we didn't do it last year.
Look, I'm a member of the Cowboy Club with 80 TVs, simulcast the game. I go to every game, and I'm up there with all the Cowboy fans in their jerseys. It's like being at the game, except in Frisco, Texas. And you're telling me we're going to win the Super Bowl?
That place is going to erupt.
Oh, jeez. I tell you what, I'll buy a Super Bowl ticket for $10,000 and go to the Super Bowl if that happens.
There we go.
And I tell you what, just because you're here with me, do you care about going to the Super Bowl if Dallas is in the Super Bowl?
Absolutely.
I will take you to the Super Bowl.
Absolutely. Maybe they'll be with my Miami Dolphins. How about that?
All right, back to the show. This is our last segment, folks. I just called out a bunch of different business owners: manufacturing, distribution, service, HVAC, plumbing, electrical. We're number 1 in the state of Texas for that, folks. Here's some of the names, HVAC companies we've sold. It's unbelievable how many we've sold. Going back, I'm looking at it, to July 2020, K&S, one of the largest in Dallas. K&S Heating and Air. Congratulations, Junior and David. Unbelievable. Graco Heating and Air, June 2020. We'll continue here. Gemini Mechanical out of Austin, November 2019. Dalmar Electrical in Dallas, October 2019. Boone's Heating and HVAC, June 2019. Bradtex Air Conditioning, Heating and HVAC, June 2019. Lex Air, unbelievable that K&S bought Lex Air. Congratulations, April 2019. Airmasters, February 2019, and on and on and on. Here's the point. We have the buyers.
Yes.
If you're an HVAC owner and you're wondering, I wonder who should sell me. How about the firm that has all the buyers that's done 19 of them before? That's MDR Associates. That's MDR Associates. If you're a business owner in the HVAC business, there's a roll-up with private equity going on that we're never going to see again. Now is the time to call us. My number's 469-995-6060. 469-995-6060. Give me your name, your business type. We will not. I'm only mentioning these names, Todd, because it's after the closing, years after, and we were successful. During a transaction, nobody knows you called me. It's a confidential call, founder to founder, and we'll have an intro call tomorrow. We'll move on, and we'll go from there. So if you're a business owner in that area, give me a call or text me. Todd, you've seen us and our ethics. We're going to come when we come back. That's what we're going to talk about for 10 minutes. How do we handle business besides confidentiality, that's our business? Do you think we're an ethical company?
Absolutely, high integrity,
high
confidentiality,
and high transparency at all times. And it will be that way as long as I'm the CEO and founder. And I can't really see a day where I'm not. I have a son in the business. This is a small family boutique business. We're serious about blessing you, or we do not want to be involved. If we can't bless you and your family, we don't want to be involved. Do you know why I do a celebration dinner after the wiring of funds, 2 weeks or 3 weeks after? Do you know why?
No, tell us.
Not just because we've gotten tons of referrals, which is true, warm referrals, because they're so happy that we're closed. They've got a huge steak or lobster they're eating. They're tipping a wine glass. But because I want to thank the business owner for the trust and confidence they put into our firm. That's why I want to thank them. I never, ever, ever let them get the bill. We always get the bill. We're going to be right back, folks. We're going to talk the next 10 minutes about ethics, how we do business the right way, and what the wrong way is. There's a lot of business broker M&A firms or people that get in the business for the big success fees. We're going to come back and talk about that in just a second. We'll be right back with more of Sell Your Company for Maximum Value. Welcome back to Sell Your Company for Maximum Value. We've got about 10 minutes, Todd, and I want to talk about M&A ethics. I want to talk about business broker ethics. I want to talk about where people are focused. There's two kinds of M&A advisors that I've met. I meet them all at M&A Source. We go to this educational summit once or twice a year. This year it's in Vegas, 22nd and 23rd. I'll be there personally. Our Fort Worth managing director, Mike Mayers, is going to go with me. And I meet 200 to 300 of M&A advisors that do what we do, right? They sell businesses in the United States in their local market. I tend to believe Texas is the best state in the union. We're Texans serving Texans. And I want you to talk to me, since you've been in 100 discovery meetings, about us, about why are we different. I know we talked about this last week, but you weren't in the studio, and you've been in these discovery meetings. You've seen the reaction of business owners. You've seen our giving heart. What have you seen, Todd? I'm just going to turn it over to you for a few minutes.
Yeah, heart is definitely where we come from. We love people. That's the truth. And one of our greatest things that we like to do is to retire Texas business owners. That's a blessing. We consider that a blessing. You know, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, where your heart is, so will your treasure be, right? And so our heart is for people, so people are our treasure. We get to retire Texas business owners so they can go and spend more time with their family, or go travel the world, or go do something that they've never done before. So when we sit down in a discovery meeting with business owners, that is our main focus, and our heart is focused on what are their needs, what are their goals, what are their expectations, and how can we meet each and every one of them in a timely fashion and sell their company for maximum value so they can retire and go do those things. So we are focused entirely on what their goals and objectives are when we meet with them.
We have no other goals and objectives, Todd. I mean, we want to, so the discovery meeting, let's talk about it. It's an hour and a half. How does it start?
It's real simple. I know it sounds scary and complicated, but it really isn't. It's just a matter of us sitting down with you and literally hearing your story. I want to hear how you built this business, all the things you've gone through, all the struggles. I want to hear your heart, all the people that you work for you, that you've helped them and their families succeed over the last 10, 20 years. It's really us discovering who you are and what your business does and how it's grown over the last 2 or 3 decades.
And mainly because we look at it as a ministry, a marketplace ministry.
Absolutely.
Do we not?
Absolutely. We prayed many times with them.
It's crazy how our hearts are soft. We're listening. And I'll tell you, when they say, like Joe Peterson did, these people are my family.
Yes.
We kind of melt and take that listing almost every time. That's a key for us.
That's what we want to hear.
You care about your people. It tells us a lot about you and your giving heart, because as the scripture says,
where your heart is, so your treasure will be.
So where's your treasure? Is it with your grandkids, traveling? Is it slowing down to smell the roses? My dad died at 75 years old, worked his entire life, died at his desk in Stamford, Connecticut. I'm not doing that, Todd.
No.
And neither should our listeners. If you're in the upper 50s, mid 60s, upper 60s, lower 60s, lower 70s, you need to be calling me right now. Don't die at your desk like my father did. I love my dad. I honor my dad. He was a great dad. He was a serial entrepreneur, but he worked till he was 75, died at his desk. I'm not doing that, neither should you. If this makes sense, you need to reach out to me, because we want to sit down with you. We want to hear your heart. We want to hear your heart. Hit me. It's 469-995-6060. 469-995-6060. This might just be a God moment. We like to say at the firm, we don't want good deals. We want God deals.
Yeah, and the one thing we don't get back is time, and the Bible is clear as we're not guaranteed tomorrow. So today is the day that you need to make the decision. Don't wait on, especially if you are getting older and you're slowing down and things are maybe falling off a little bit. That's when you need to call us immediately.
I'll never forget a person off the radio, one of the 5-6 people that we've been honored to serve and start the engagement and all that, and we're close to closing. He told me, he said, I'm losing a step. I'm losing a step. I know I'm losing a step. I mean, privately, I know this. I want to tell you this. And he said it in the discovery meeting, and I took that serious. That's what we do, is we get up, we defend, we play poker, we get a competitive landscape going. I got 3 to 6 offers on that company. We chose the best one, the most motivated buyer. I walked her into SBA, and we're closing on the deal. So I'm telling you, if you feel like you're 3, 6, 9, 12 months away, come in and talk to us.
Yeah, call us right now.
Call us right now, 469-995-6060. 469-995-6060. I tell my boys all the time, anyone that'll listen, conversation is free. It doesn't cost you anything. We're going to give you a signed copy of my new book, which is going to detail out the process. We're going to give you a complimentary opinion of value, because you don't know if you want to sell
till you know what you're worth.
So I think the discovery meeting, there's no agenda, right, Todd? No agenda whatsoever.
No agenda.
We let God move.
Absolutely.
And I ask how many questions? 40, 50? Fair to say?
Fair, yeah.
Yeah. Is it an S Corp, C Corp? How many employees? When did you start? How has it grown? What was the gross revenue last year? Last 3 years, what was the net revenue? And we, not me and you, that means us and the business owner, get to decide, once we give you all the exit options, when the right time to sell is.
When is the right time, yes.
And you know what? Just to cover it, 2024 right now, political landscape, who knows what the capital gains of taxes are going to be next year. If you want to sell this year, because we don't know what the taxes are going to be next year, then you need to contact our firm. Our website is sellmycompanynow.com. And phone number 469-995-6060, 469-995-6060. We've had a trend of the 67 people I've contacted off the radio. I counted it up today. 15 of them are over the age of 80, and there was no business left.
That's sad.
Zero business value.
They waited too long.
Waited too long. If it was a wedding venue, there's no more weddings. It was a nursery, then they changed the plants have changed all the pricing and changed this whole business overnight. There's lots of things look at COVID.
Anything can happen.
Worldwide disruption. 25% of all business went out of business. The other 75 had to get EDIL loans and PPP loans that are still owed to the government.
Yes.
And so why wait for another disruption if you're in the 50s, 60s, 70s and you're thinking, I have enough already. Yes, my $2 to $5 to $7 million will add to my retirement, but I have enough already. Why are you waiting? There's no reason to wait at that point.
Yeah, don't let fate or chance happen.
And if you're thinking, well, I don't know what I'm going to do, that's what we're here for. I've been called a sales psychologist many times. We're going to hold your hand and walk through that process and really give you out. You think we might have some ideas of where you could put your money to work?
Tons of ideas. We're a very charitable organization. There are tons of charities that we support with every deal that we love giving back. We will give you many ideas to help you decide what is the next season in your life.
And if you want to continue to make a passive income on a much easier type of business, think we could sell their business and get them in more of a passive business with cash flow? You think we could do that?
I hear we're pretty good at selling some good businesses.
Yeah, I mean, all those closed transactions I read earlier. I have a gentleman who's sold and bought 5 different companies with us. You get out of a complicated one, you get in an easier one. Landscaping and some of those service companies have a lot of moving parts, Todd. If there's a lot to get wrong or get right, and maybe you want to step out of that business, get into an easier passive business, or maybe you just want to slow down and smell the roses. Play with the grandkids, travel all over the world. I know the gentleman that we're closing the deal at the end of the month with is going to Italy. Can't wait to hear how their trip goes. They haven't taken a vacation in years. So, Todd, we're gonna end the show in the next segment. But one last time, if you're a business owner this is making sense to you, you want to connect with MDR Associates and myself, founder to founder, hit me on my cell phone at 469-995-6060, 469-995-6060. We're going to take a short break, folks. We'll be right back to conclude our show, the last show of the year of Sell Your Company for Maximum Value. Welcome back to Sell Your Company for Maximum Value with myself, Michael D. Rubin of MDR Associates, as well as our VP of Exit Strategy, Todd Hutchinson.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
That's right. We're going to end the show here. We've got about 6.5 minutes, Todd. We're gonna talk to the business owner that's doing $10 million in revenue or more. So listen up. If you're a Texas business owner that's doing $10 million in revenue or more, and you're more than 25 years old, as far as a company, right? Not an age, because you're probably in your 50s, 60s, or 70s, and you've thought about, I might want to sell, Todd, but I'm not sure what I'm worth.
Then you need to sit down and have a discovery meeting with us, and we'll give you a free opinion of value of what we believe you are worth right now in the market.
But I'm going to go further. If you're a bigger company, above $10 million in revenue, netting at least $1 million a year, because 10% is pretty minimum as far as what you should be netting out of $10 million. So 1 to 2 million, 1 to 3 million as far as net, and 10 million as far as gross. Listen up. I've only done this 2 other times on the radio show in 25 weeks. For the first 3 callers, I'm going to offer a complimentary third-party valuation. That's a $7,500 free value.
That's very generous.
I'm a giver. So there's no risk right now in figuring out exactly what you're worth. These documents are, they're 30 to, well, actually they're 100 to 130 pages long, and they detail out in 4 different ways: discounted cash flow, from a liquidation standpoint, and they go into comps all over the country, other companies exactly like your company. These documents, some companies, believe it or not, Hutch, are charging $50,000 for this third-party professional certified valuation. I'm giving away 3 for free right now.
So free is better than $50,000.
Free is better. If you're a big business owner and you're wondering, is this my firm, MDR Associates? Based on a giving standpoint, I want to give first. I want to give you a complimentary third-party valuation. Now, you have to be a business owner that's 25 years old in business. You have to be over $10 million in revenue. You have to be over $1 million in net. But there's tons of companies we sell in that criteria.
Absolutely.
Nova Magnetics last year and Hughes Tank, 2 of them. We listed both. We sold them in under 6 months. Well, Hughes took 12 months, but Nova Magnetics took 5 months to close. And they all paid a large number for this third-party valuation that I'm right now offering complimentary. Here's my cell phone. First 3 big business owners to call me. Big, 10 million and up, 25 years in business. My number's 469-995-6060. 469-995-6060. I will pay personally for their business valuation, whether they list with me or not. Hopefully, they're considering selling, or they wouldn't take me up on the offer. From an ethical, so you talked about ethics earlier. Hopefully, you won't just take it and go, well, thanks for the free $7,500 valuation.
They're happy for your generosity.
But I'm willing to take that chance, because I know there's business owners out there that have been thinking about retiring, that have been listening to this show for 5, 10, maybe even 25 weeks, and they're wondering when the time is to call, it's now. Text me right now at 469-995-6060. 469-995-6060. Todd, I want to talk about next year, and here's why. We're going to be back on WBAP.
We're back.
Right? We got to work out some terms with the radio station, but we're going to be back.
Hopefully they'll be generous.
They'll be generous. WBAP, we're going to be back, and hopefully it's on Saturday or Sunday. Listen up. I'm sure there'll be announcements early January. What slot we're going to take. I wouldn't be surprised if we're back Sunday 12 to 1, but we'll see what's available, right? And they've told me that. I just want to thank the business owners that have not only taken my phone call, inquired, but taken the phone call, but that have come in. We've had over 20 business owners sit with us. We've selected 6. They've selected us. We've selected them, and we've sold the majority of them already in short order. Todd, you've seen it.
Absolutely.
Does this work?
Quickly, yes.
Quickly, because we only select profitable, trackable, highly motivated sellers that are as dead serious as we are at getting maximum value. If they're not motivated, we like to say we're only going to be as motivated as you are. So tune in next year. I hope we have a great season. You got really crazy, Todd. So in January when we come back on, I'm dang sure going to bring up our record of the Dallas Cowboys, and if we're even in contention.
We should be in the playoffs at that point.
Based on your prediction of winning the Super Bowl, we should be in the playoffs. You know, if you hear, "Let's go, Dak," at the Cowboy Club, that's me.
And it's not that I'm homer,
still a Dak
right?
fan.
I'm not a homer.
You're not a homer.
I'm
You're
a
Dolphins fan.
But I'm predicting that the Cowboys will win. So this is not a homer speaking.
Well, I appreciate you, Todd. I want to thank Todd Hutchinson for coming into 3 episodes of this year's radio show. I definitely want to thank Jenny if you're listening. If you don't, I'm going to play this for you so you can hear it. Thanks for coming to the studio, 22 weeks with me here. Next year, we're going to have guest after guest, all different guests. I promise you, Randy White, our ambassador, and Ed Too Tall Jones are going to be in the studio with me. And as a matter of fact, we're doing an event with Ed Too Tall Jones and Randy White. And what's the date?
September 4th.
September 4th. Listen up, the big business owners I was just talking to. If you want to come discuss this free valuation, if I call you, because I'll call you tomorrow from 10 to 12, and we'll firm it up. You want to meet Ed Too Tall Jones, maybe get a signed football like our prior gentleman did off the radio that came to the last event? September 4th at the Cowboy Club, private event. There's only going to be 15 to 20 guests, very small, intimate. We're going to hear stories about Bob Lilly and Tom Landry and signed footballs and books. Have some free hors d'oeuvres and drinks if you'd like that. Hit me on my cell phone right now, 469-995-6060. 469-995-6060. I'll call you and put you on the guest list. Gosh, it's been my honor and my privilege. For all those business owners out there, I wish you the ultimate best. Have a great rest of 2024, and we'll see you back in January of 2025. Go Cowboys.